6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headline. Prime Minister has lauded role of armed forces in protecting the territorial integrity of the country and gallantly fighting menace of terrorism. Shehbaz Sharif lodged health insurance card facility for journalists and artists in Islamabad today. Planning Minister launched National Growth Centre in Islamabad today, aimed at putting the country on a steady path of economic development. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has urged the UN and International Court of Justice to probe into the complaints of inhuman treatment being meted out to incarcerated Hurriyat leaders in jails. In India, debate on no confidence motion against Modi government began at Lok Sabha today. In the Asian Champions Trophy of Hockey, Pakistan will play its fifth match against India at Chennai tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has lauded the role of armed forces in safeguarding the territorial integrity of the country and gallantly fighting menace of terrorism. He was addressing a ceremony to pay tribute to the Shuhada and Ghazis in Rawalpindi today. The Prime Minister paid rich tributes to Shuhada, Ghazis and their families for their countless sacrifices and contributions made for the defense of motherland. He said Shuhada and Ghazis are our pride and their respect and honor is binding on each Pakistani. Shehbaz Sharif said we must never forget that peace and freedom we enjoy today is due to the ultimate sacrifices rendered by these brave sons of soil. The Prime Minister said it is now our earnest duty that we realize the supreme sacrifices of our Shuhadas and Ghazis into prosperity and well-being of each Pakistani. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif launched health insurance card scheme for working journalists and artists in Islamabad today. Under the health insurance scheme, media workers and artists will be able to get world-class health facilities free of charge in 1,200 hospitals across the country with annual corporate health insurance worth 1.5 million rupees. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister also announced establishment of a special fund under which journalists sacrificing his life in the line of duty will be paid 4 million rupees. President Dr. Arif Alvi has asked the youth to benefit from the technology advancement and offer their services globally to increase technology exports of the country. In his video message to a virtual inauguration of the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants Digital Academy, he said, "Our youth must be linked intellectually with the rest of the world." The president said that ICMA has been active in developing professionals in management accounting to serve the needs of the country for a very long time. Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah has said that National Counter-Terrorism Authority reforms have been completed and it is now a fully operational organization. In a post on Twitter today, he said, "This is a reflection of our efforts towards countering terrorism." The Interior Minister said that a clear and comprehensive policy should be formulated immediately in the context of resurgence of terrorist acts. He hoped that NACTA will spare no effort as the frontline organization in countering terrorism. He said all provinces and other relevant organizations will implement this strategy. A meeting of the steering committee to oversee the outsourcing of airports operations was held in Islamabad today with Finance Minister Ishaq Dar in the chair. The committee was briefed about the latest status of Islamabad airport transaction, for which advertisements have appeared in today's local and international newspapers. The Finance Minister appreciated the efforts of all members for their hard work, which made it possible to bring the transaction to current level in order to bring best internationally available aviation services at Pakistani airports. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Planning and Development Ahsan Iqbal launched the National Growth Centre in Islamabad today, aimed at putting the country on a steady path of economic development, innovation and prosperity. Addressing the launching ceremony, he said the government would lay the foundation for a thriving ecosystem by focusing on several key areas, including infrastructure development, education research, industry and green initiatives, besides local community empowerment. He said our growth centers will be equipped with state-of-the-art infrastructure, world-class transportation networks, reliable energy sources, and cutting-edge communication systems that will attract both domestic and foreign investments. Ambassador of Poland to Pakistan, Masaij Piraksi, called on Punjab Governor Muhammad Balighur Rahman in Lahore today. During the meeting, they discussed avenues of mutual cooperation in various sectors including trade, investment, energy, mines, agriculture and communications. Speaking on the occasion, Punjab Governor said Pakistan has made conducive policy for foreign direct investment in the country. Pakistan Navy and awards distribution ceremony was held in Islamabad today. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Naveed Ashraf conferred various military awards to the naval officers and personnel. The recipients of Sitara Imtiaz military were Commander Sayyid Naveed Hassan and Commander Amir Hanif. Tamgha Imtiaz military was conferred upon Captain Dr. Amjad Nawaz, Commander Rizwan Ahmed, Lieutenant Commander Muhammad Imran, Lieutenant Commander Faisal Ayub and Lieutenant Commander Sayyid Muhammad Hassan Rizvi. Letters of commendation from Chief of Naval Staff were awarded to 17 officers, sailors and Navy civilians. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, all parties Hurriyat Conference leaders and organizations have called for a probe by a team of United Nations and International Court of Justice into complaints of inhuman treatment meted out to incarcerated Hurriyat leaders and activists languishing in different jails of India and occupied territory. They said all prisoners of conscience have been detained without any legal trial while their detention period is prolonged on one pretext or the other. They also said the Indian government is implicating Hurriyat leadership in concocted cases to defame the freedom movement but will not succeed in its nefarious designs. The leaders strongly condemned the ongoing killing spree in the occupied territory. The Jammu and Kashmir Democratic Freedom Party and Hurriyat leaders have paid glowing tributes to renowned Kashmiri leader Shaheed Sheikh Abdul Aziz ahead of his 15th martyrdom anniversary. They said Shaheed Sheikh Abdul Aziz was a truly honest and man of integrity who devoted his entire life for Kashmir cause. Meanwhile, in an attempt to pave the way for a win in 2024 general elections, the Modi regime has green-lighted its dreaded investigation agencies to implicate more and more Hurriyat leaders and activists in all blind murder cases. In India, a no-confidence debate against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government for being unable to control the violence in Manipur state began at Lok Sabha today. Indian Opposition Alliance had tabled the no-confidence motion to pressure Modi government for action to stop ethnic cleansing in the violence-torn state. In the ethnic violence that ravaged Manipur state, women have been victims of brutal attacks. India's northeastern states have been historically prone to insurgencies and ethnic violence, but the vicious conflict in Manipur hit the world headlines last month when a video surfaced of the two women. In Ukraine, 8 people were killed while 30 others injured in a missile attack in Poroshsk area today. In a statement, the regional governor said 2 rescuers and 1 military person were among the dead. In the Asian Champions Trophy of Hockey, Pakistan will play its 5th match against India at Chennai tomorrow. The match will start at 8 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather. Hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind and thundershower is expected in Potoha region, northeast Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir and its adjoining hilly areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk.